Coming up next on Making Moves, the JTA targets a cheaper and cleaner way to fuel its transit vehicles. We'll tell you how much it could save annually. Last year, more than 44,000 Skyway trips were taken during the One Spark Festival. The festival's back and the Skyway is ready. Festival Director Joe Sampson joins us in the studio to talk about this year's event. And some Nassau County students are solving the transportation problems of the future. I'm Morgan-Danford. Making Moves starts right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Making Moves. I'm Morgan-Danford. Our top story, are we seeing the death of diesel as the main fuel source for many of Jacksonville's government agencies? Compressed and liquid natural gas are seen as cheaper and cleaner fuel options for agencies like JTA and Jacksport. Making Moves, Bill Milnes joins us now. Now, Bill, I understand that the JTA has a very aggressive timeline for this new CNG project.
Joyce, that's very true. Officials here want to have a CNG fueling station within 18 months. And if things work out, you could see CNG buses rolling in here as soon as October of next year.
Compressed natural gas, or CNG, is simply methane stored at high pressure. CNG can be used in place of gasoline or diesel fuel, so it makes a great alternative for transit agencies like the JTA. And the math makes it pretty clear why natural gas is so compelling. Currently, CNG prices in the Southeast are averaging about $2.50. Now compare that to diesel fuel at more than $4 a gallon.
It definitely is the right thing to do. There are millions of dollars worth of savings associated with the transition to CNG.
But cost is just one of the reasons interest was so high at a natural gas forum held by the JTA. It's also about Jacksonville and Northeast Florida having a competitive edge in the marketplace.
It gives us this huge opportunity because it's where the market is going. If we get there before everybody else, then as we want to attract people into the area, we're there before everybody else.
I fully believe over the next several years that the Jacks Chamber is going to invest in manpower, that we will be able to complement the agencies that are going to be bringing natural gas to Jacksonville, and I fully look forward to having folks on our second floor with our economic development team that are thinking about natural gas every day, all day.
The forum brought experts in the field to our city to talk about the benefits of switching to natural gas. For potential liquid natural gas or LNG users like Jacksport, the benefits could have a global reach.
As the only port on the U.S. East Coast that has the capability of providing liquefied natural gas directly as a fuel source to vessels that are serving Puerto Rico and the Latin Americas and eventually other global destinations, I think this is one of the game changers for us and a true differentiator for Jacksonville and Northeast Florida.
For potential CNG users like the JTA, it's the cost savings and environmental benefits. But the forum also gave CEO Nat Ford a chance to lay out his plans for CNG and hear immediate feedback from those that have experience with the product.
This was an opportunity for us to discuss our plans publicly in an open, transparent fashion, to invite industry leaders in, the private sector in, to hear our plans and suggest recommendations as we go through this competitive selection process to help give us some insight on some lessons learned that they've had throughout the country, most recently with these types of fleet conversions.
By switching from diesel fuel to compressed natural gas, the JTA expects to see fuel savings of around $1 million a year. The environmental benefits of using cleaner fuel are immeasurable. Joyce?
And that's Bill Milnes reporting from La Villa. Thank you so much. Now, if you typically use the Main Street Bridge to get to the Hendricks ramp, you'll now have to find a new route. As part of the Overland Bridge construction project, work crews from the Florida Department of Transportation have eliminated the crossover traffic from the Main Street Bridge to the off-ramp at Hendricks in San Marco. FDOT officials say that travelers can still take Main Street to River Place or Prudential to get to Hendricks, but you can still get to the Hendricks exit from the Acosta Bridge, and the Overland Bridge project will take about 2 years to complete. Donna Harper recently made her debut as the new chair of the JTA Board of Directors, but it's hardly new territory for her. Harper, the CEO of Systems Logistics Company, presided over the board's January 31st meeting. It's her first as chair since 2004 during her previous stint on the board. Kevin Holzendorf also made his first appearance with his fellow board members since being appointed by Mayor Alvin Brown. Holzendorf's IT background and knowledge came in handy immediately as the board discussed various technology upgrades for the agency. On our January show, we introduced to you Alice Cannon, JTA's Director of Public Engagement. Well, Cannon talked with us about the authority's plans to reach out to the public in a substantial way, with meetings planned for every quarter in every sector of the city, as well as Clay County. We caught up with Cannon and Carl Weckenman, the JTA's Senior System Planning Manager, as they met with a community action group in downtown recently. Weckenman discussed the authority's upcoming route optimization plan and took many questions from the CAG members.
Time to maybe sit down with VA and analyze or do a survey of the needs of their clients.
We haven't done as part of this project yet, but I appreciate the idea, and we will do that.
You can find the schedule for meetings in your area on the JTA website at jtafla.com.
We're going to One Spark. Going to One Spark.
We'll find out what sparks the imagination of the top creative minds from our region and beyond. We'll preview the One Spark Festival coming up next.
When we walk together, we are bigger than cancer. Join the American Cancer Society Relay for Life and let's finish the fight. Sign up at relayforlife.org.
Finding a job is great. Finding a career, even better. The JTA is currently hiring part-time bus operators. These jobs offer a great opportunity for full-time advancement. If you're at least 23 years old, have a high school diploma or equivalency, a commercial driver's license, and a clean driving record, then we want to hear from you. All qualified candidates receive additional paid training. To start on your path to future success with the JTA, visit us online at jtafla.com and learn more about this and all our open positions.
Last year, the One Spark Festival generated huge buzz as an estimated 130,000 people flocked to downtown Jacksonville for the first ever crowdfunding event during 5 days in April. The Uber Creative Festival was like nothing Jacksonville had ever seen, filled with music, wildly innovative ideas, amazing artwork, and so much more. Well, many of the One Spark visitors used the Skyway to get around, generating more than 44,000 trips on the JTA monorail. But as great as last year's festival was, this year's plans are even bigger and better. More on those plans in just a moment, but first, let's take a look back at some of the highlights of the 2013 One Spark Festival, courtesy of Making Moves videographer Mick Richards.
We're going to One Spark. Going to One Spark.
I ride the Skyway all the time. I think it's very convenient and it's awesome.
We actually go by the Skyway Express because it's a lot of fun. It's my first time riding the Skyway and I'm kind of excited about it.
It'll take me anywhere I need to go downtown.
We can park on San Marcos side and we can travel across the river and be right there at Hemming Park. It's great.
One Spark is the world's first live crowdfunding festival that brings creators from all walks of life, so art, music, science, technology, to showcase the most amazing projects.
I see One Spark as being a great coming out party for downtown Jacksonville.
One Spark's awesome because it gives us a chance to showcase what we're trying to do to everybody in Jackson. It brings a lot of other people together.
People to be able to come out and support and show culture to our city.
It's just giving me the confidence to go further and to hopefully gain some more local clientele.
And I think One Spark is definitely a way for us to try to raise awareness and money.
We get to spread our message. We're getting support from the community of Jacksonville, and that's what it's all about.
The style of sculpture that I do is mixed media assemblage sculpture, and it is basically allows me to use all sorts of material that I can come across.
What we're doing is bringing printmaking back to the media and to culture and showing everyone that relief printmaking is not a thing of the past.
Perfect! Perfect. What does it look to you?
My one spark idea was to open up an art and meditation studio where I can teach people how to paint, be creative, and also teach them how to meditate.
I'm a charcoal artist, and the reason why I do it is because once the burn hits you, once you have to do it, you can't do nothing else but be what you are, and I'm an artist.
I came up with these guys. I drew some characters that I liked. They're baby monsters in pajamas, and if you sleep with them in bed, they'll keep away the bad monsters.
I did a lot of these designs here, and it basically comes from the world I live in.
That's fabulous.
I really wanted to do something about the boarded up plywood windows downtown. I decided to take some of my art and put it out.
There are a lot of paintings. There are about 20 some of them here, and the inspiration for me comes from my understanding of the scriptures and my understanding of what life is about.
This is a strand of hope that represents the ladies that are still out there affected by the sex trade. So with this strand, we're giving the ladies hope that are still out there.
And joining us now to talk about the 2014 One Spark event is the Executive Director, Joe Sampson. Joe, thanks for joining us. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
To talk about One Spark. And you know, for a lot of people who really didn't get out there, didn't have a chance to check it out, tell us what One Spark really is.
One Spark is built on the belief that great ideas can come from anywhere, and that those ideas need a platform that connects them with the resources they need to become a reality. One Spark is that platform. So for 5 days in April, creators will come to downtown Jacksonville from all over the world. They'll showcase ideas in art, innovation, music, science, and technology, all for a chance to access $310,000 in guaranteed crowd funds and cash awards. That's right. $3.25 million in potential capital investments and unlimited individual contributions from over 150,000 attendees and backers anywhere in the world.
So you're saying this was highly successful, and that's why we're doing it this year. So last year, you had some good things happen. What's different this year?
This year, we definitely improved the prize structure. So you're going to see a minimum of 11 five-figure checks handed out to creators at One Spark 2014. Big checks equal success. We've also increased the capital investment pool. And I think for attendees, one of the biggest improvements is that we said, hey, we're going to reduce the footprint a little bit. We heard the feedback. It's down from 26 square blocks to 20 square blocks, which is still pretty significant. But we had one rule. If we're going to include a block in the One Spark 2014 footprint, we're going to be able to program it and make it amazing for attendees.
Okay. You're talking about a lot of money. You keep throwing out some really, really big dollar figures. To have that happen, you had to have incredible supporters. We know that the Jaguars owner, Shad Khan, was one of those supporters, but you obviously had to have more.
So we've partnered with Shad Khan, and he was wonderful last year. He committed up to $1 million in potential capital investments for One Spark 2013 creators. Actually ended up investing over $1 million in 6 different creator projects. So that's real money. When we say potential, that's some real potential for investable ideas at One Spark. This year we've partnered with not only Shad Khan and Stash Investments, but also Florida Blue, Healthbox, PS27 Ventures, and Arsenal Venture Partners. And we're really excited about the ideas that are going to be on the ground at One Spark 2014. And they're going to have the opportunity to connect with these investors.
Okay, what about anything from last year that maybe came to fruition that started with that One Spark?
Sure. You know what, I say it all the time, but it's really great to see multiple offices springing up in downtown Jacksonville, startup teams that are growing and forming and bringing products to market. They were a sketch on a napkin before One Spark 2013, and now these are real viable businesses with products at market, with a customer base, and they're growing. Jobs from the ground up in downtown Jacksonville. And
you talked about condensing the area that One Spark will be in. It's concentrated into the downtown area, which means that those 44,000 trips that were made on JTA Skyway Express, it was real. And one of the things that happened is now we have a wrap. That thing is totally amazing, and you were just telling me that you always had this idea in your head that we should wrap that.
You know what? I think I mentioned earlier that One Spark is built on the idea that great ideas can come from anywhere, big ideas. And so if we're going to market One Spark, let's go big. Let's do some stuff that nobody's ever seen in Jacksonville before. So, you know, we got together with the folks at Jacksonville Transportation Authority. They've been phenomenally supportive all the way, and we said we want to wrap a Skyway. It took a little bit to get everything together and get the ball rolling on that, but sure enough, we've got a One Spark Skyway that looks just amazing floating above downtown Jacksonville. We're pretty psyched about it.
And so what are people saying to you when they see that?
They're blown away. They can't believe it. And there's a little bit of a reaction like, I can't believe nobody's ever done this before. So I'm pretty sure we won't be the first.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we won't be the last.
We won't be the last.
Right.
I believe you have started something. People are going to see this and say, how can I get involved as well?
Exactly.
As an organizer for One Spark, you've seen so many things happen in this 1 year's time since you did the last one. But as an organizer, what are you seeing? What is your favorite part about One Spark?
I think just looking back to the inaugural event, we didn't really know what to expect as we were heading in, but I would say that the energy that was experienced throughout a square mile of downtown Jacksonville is unmatched by anything I've ever seen in Jacksonville before. And for that matter, I've produced events all over the world, and I've never seen such an engaged, enthusiastic audience. And the people, this is a people brand, this is an event built around people. And the people involved in One Spark, from creators to volunteers to attendees who vote and contribute to these creator projects and help move those ideas forward, the people get me energized and fired up.
Joe, do you think it was just because the city and residents were just hungry for some kind of event like this?
Yeah, I think that Jacksonville was at a bit of a critical point for One Spark to come along and not only showcase the talent that already exists here that people always say we don't have, but we showcased, we built a platform and threw all these people up there and said, hey, Jacksonville has a tremendous amount of talent here. We also said, hey, Jacksonville is a great place for people to come to connect to the resources they need. You don't have to go to Silicon Valley, you don't have to go to Chicago, you don't have to go to New York, Austin, or Portland. You can come to Jacksonville and connect with venture capitalists and like-minded people to help move your project forward.
That's big.
It is.
That is really big. Congratulations. Thank you for all that you've done for Jacksonville and for One Spark. It's absolutely amazing, and we're looking forward to this year,
we're thrilled.
2014.
Thank you.
And if you want more information on all of the One Spark activities, just visit our website at beonespark.com. Well, as you just heard, JTA's first ever Skyway Rap is promoting the upcoming One Spark event. But we found out that wrapping a train is no easy feat. Take a look.
With our Hyperloop, it's going to help reduce ground transportation, and also we have moving sidewalks, which are going to help people like ground traffic travel faster.
Up next, some Nassau County middle schoolers take on the transportation issues of the future. We'll tell you how they did right after this.
I know they say you can't go home again. I just had to come back one last time. You leave home, you move on, and you do the best you can. I got lost in this old world and forgot who I am.
Welcome back to Making Moves. Some middle school students from Yulee in Nassau County have some award-winning plans for mobility and transportation in the year 2040. The students participated in a competition initiated through the North Florida Transportation Planning Organization that pitted them against some of the best junior high students in the state. But these students excelled as they looked at solving future transportation issues. Ytown, or Ytown, is what this project is called by the 7th grade Yulee Middle School students who competed in the Future Cities competition recently in Tampa. Combining science, technology, engineering, and math, the young minds worked in teams to develop their vision for the future of transportation.
To lower the congestion in the downtown area, we move the transportation up into the sky for Skytrain. You go up into this and then you enter one of these and they just go around the city like that. And you stop at each point.
This award-winning team chose to use solar power to run the town's generator and wind power as a backup in this elaborate model. Along with all of the open space, Ytown focused on another idea to reduce the number of cars on the road.
Our cars are a sharing car system, and that was actually one of our features that we thought would be in the future.
The organizer and project manager for the Transportation Tomorrow initiative is engineer Terry Shaw. Shaw also served as one of the mentors for the winning Ytown group. He says students have a much different perspective on public mobility, which makes them an important voice for the future of transportation.
They definitely want to see more transit options, more walkable solutions to our transportation, more livable solutions. They want to see a network that's not just designed to be how fast we move a car from point A to point B.
This project required a great deal of concentration and dedication from Mr. Medley's STEM classes. They had to go the extra mile to earn the trip to Tampa for the state competition as they beat out other area middle schools for that honor.
They started from scratch. The SimCity program, which we used in the Future City competition, they started from scratch building the city. Also as well, they created the model from scratch using mostly recyclables, not really any money involved.
Medley says Yulee was able to take 11 students to the Future Cities competition who represented both the winning Ytown project and the HAPS project, highly advanced power system, which was dedicated to moving people using a futuristic wave bridge and something they called a Hyperloop.
With our Hyperloop, it's going to help reduce ground transportation, and also we have moving sidewalks, which are going to help people like ground traffic travel faster.
Though HAPS wasn't a winner in Tampa, these students are all winners and have learned so much because of the process of coming up with the idea, completing the project, competing locally and in Tampa.
How to work together and to come as a group and to never give up, because we had a lot of hard times and it was stressful. We wanted to give up. Like sometimes I just walk, I don't care anymore, I just want to do it no more. But then at the end, I'm like proud of how we did.
Yulee Middle is already training other students to compete and feel the future is brighter already for next year.
I thought we belonged there, and we're looking forward to next year, and we got some better ideas and some great things and a great group of kids, so next year we'll be well prepared.
And while the future transit users have voiced their opinions about transportation in 2040, the North Florida Transportation Organization wants to hear from you.
We will have on the order of about 40 public meetings that will happen over the course of the next year to engage all members of the community, with a particular focus on those that might normally not get to participate in the process. We've designed programs for people of the disabled community, ensuring we're reaching out to minority and underserved populations.
Other schools that participated in the TPO original competition are Westview K-8 and Lee High School in Duval County, Argyle Elementary in Clay, and the Florida School for the Deaf and the Blind in St. Johns County. Terry Shaw says he expects the competition will include even more schools and students next year. And that wraps up this edition of Making Moves. We're so grateful you took some time to join us. Remember, if you missed any part of the show or just want to watch it again, complete episodes of Making Moves are always available online at jtafla.com and on our YouTube channel, JTA 904. You can also find exclusive web-only content on our Facebook page, so be sure to check it out. It's facebook.com/JTA Making Moves. And for the entire Making Moves team, I'm Joyce Morgan-Danford. We'll see you the next time we're Making Moves.